You might be surprised to learn that baboons have secret social lives. Like seriously, these guys do things in private. And if you happen to stumble upon them doing their thing, they might just kill you. Hi, and welcome to Life Noggin. Today we're talking about the secret social life of baboons. When most people think of baboons, they imagine them as those goofy-looking primates from The Lion King, always eating, sleeping, or being generally annoying. But there's more to these primates than meets the eye. For example, did you know that they have their own social hierarchy? You see, baboons live in groups called troops, which can consist of anywhere from a few dozen to over 100 individuals. Within each troop, there is a dominant male, several adult females, their offspring, and a few subordinate males. The dominant male is at the top of the hierarchy, followed by the adult females, then the subordinate males, and finally the juveniles. This hierarchy is maintained through a combination of aggression and appeasement behaviors. For example, subordinate males will often groom the dominant male as a way of showing submission and earning his tolerance. They will also avoid initiating any potentially aggressive interactions with him, such as fighting over food or attempting to mate with the same female. The dominant male, on the other hand, will often display his dominance through behaviors such as posturing, growling, and even raping other members of the troop, especially subordinate females. Yeah, they do that. To keep everyone in their place, it's important for the baboons to maintain this hierarchy. If a new male were to join the troop, he would have to fight the dominant male in order to take his place at the top. And if a female were to become pregnant by a subordinate male, the dominant male may kill her offspring, because he wouldn't be able to ensure that the baby was really his. So yeah, things can get pretty brutal in a baboon troop. But perhaps even more surprising than their hierarchy is their secret social life. As it turns out, baboons are quite the party animals. When they get together, they like to have a good time. Much like humans, baboons will often engage in all sorts of mischief when no one is looking. For example, they have been known to steal food and drink alcohol. In one study, researchers found that baboons will steal food from each other, but only if the theft goes undetected. When researchers increased the lighting in the enclosure, the baboons stole less food because they knew they were being watched. Similarly, baboons will drink alcohol, but only when no one is looking. In one experiment, researchers gave baboons a choice between water and beer and found that the baboons preferred the beer. However, when researchers increased the lighting in the enclosure, the baboons drank less beer because they knew they were being watched. Now you might be thinking, who cares if they steal food or drink a little beer? What's the big deal? Well, these behaviors are important for understanding baboon psychology, because they show that baboons are capable of complex thought. By stealing food or drinking alcohol, baboons are able to obtain things that they want by using deception. This requires a certain level of intelligence and cognitive ability that we typically associate with humans. It's also worth noting that these behaviors can have serious consequences for the baboons involved. For example, if a baboon is caught stealing food, it may be attacked by the other members of the troop. Similarly, if a baboon is caught drinking alcohol, it may be harassed by researchers like in the experiment. Despite the risks, baboons continue to engage in these behaviors, which shows just how powerful the urge to indulge in a little bit of naughtiness can be. Now, while some of these behaviors may seem relatively harmless, others can be quite dangerous. For example, baboons are also known to kill other animals, including humans. In rare cases, baboons have been known to attack and kill humans, especially if they feel threatened or are protecting their young. They are strong and agile creatures and can easily overpower a human if they so choose. Because of this, it's important to respect baboons and their space. Don't approach them or try to feed them, as this may provoke an attack. So yeah, baboons may look like goofy primates, but they are actually complex, intelligent creatures with a wild side. Next time you see a baboon, remember that it has a secret social life, and don't be surprised if it does something unexpected, like steal your beer. Speaking of secrets, I have a confession to make. I haven't been completely honest with you, okay? As always, this has been your host. Don't forget to keep on thinking.